is back, baby.
Hey, we got the whole
gang's
crew
all
back.
here.
The
The gang's all here. Very different corners of the world, but you know what? We're making it work, gentlemen.
We're making it work.
Making it
Here. We are here. Coop, what are you unpacking over there?
I got a little gyudon.
Oh,
It's 2 a.m. here in Tokyo. Just got settled in. We got Fuji Rock going on this weekend. Gonna be in Kyoto for a bit.
What's
And you know
Fuji
what?
Rock?
I'm feeling good. Feeling good, gentlemen. Fuji Rock's the biggest electronic music festival in Japan. You could consider it almost like the Coachella of Japan, I think is an accurate analogy.
Nice.
We got Fred again playing, Taiko,
Really?
Barry Can't Swim, Fortet, Vampire Weekend, Rad Wimps for all the anime fans out there. It's going to be a blast. I'm pretty excited about it.
love
That
that.
sounds amazing.
How long are you in Tokyo for?
About 7 days. Got here today on Wednesday, and I'm leaving next Thursday, going to Denver for Lyra, her first headline.
Hell
Then
yeah.
popping over to Chicago for Lollapalooza, Big Daniel Allen, first Lollapalooza, major moment for him. And then Sunday, back in LA, Hard Summer. Come on, boys.
One
keep it
could say Cooper's deeply integrated in the music community.
One could say that.
Yeah.
You see his Instagram, Devid? Have you been watching his Instagram?
I mean, I haven't seen it in the last 24 hours, but I've seen the content. It's very.
What about you?
Oh,
Have you been keeping tabs on the Insta?
I've been keeping tabs on the Insta.
Some pretty good content.
It's looking fresh.
But more importantly, I've been keeping tabs on the Zora profile too.
Yep.
From
Ooh-wee.
Coop.
oh.
Yep.
Holy. What are we at?
Coopahtroopa on Zora coming up on 1 mil market cap. Talk to
Is
your boy.
that so?
Talk to your boy.
Wait, what have your fees been on that?
Let's see, actually. Maybe I can pull it up. I haven't looked, to be honest with you. But it should say when you go to the profile, I have made $8,000 in creator earnings so far.
Wow.
Wow.
That's pretty good. And those are creator earnings like in USD. What token are those creator earnings in?
I'm honestly not sure, to be very transparent. I think that it's a combination of Zora. I know I was getting some Zora early on when I was first posting. I know that I've been claiming a lot of my own token, and I've been taking profits on my own token on the way up, just like very intentionally, and swapping out
you've
some of
been
my own creator
dumping-
coins for other creator coins. And
You've been dumping
great.
your token? Is that what you've been saying?
no,
You're
Lucas,
admitting
no.
you're admitting it
No,
on the pod?
stop. We need to normalize this, man. All right. Creators should be able to sell their own token in very small chunks along the way, especially when it's being reinvested back into the ecosystem. So I'm selling some coins. I'm buying some other creator coins. I'm buying some content coins. I'm buying some Zora tokens. It's all part of the flywheel, baby. And go ahead, David.
Oh, so when Zora was down at 20 mil, I was like, should I buy this? I had other things on my mind, so I didn't go in deep dive. But one of the reasons I didn't buy it was like I see this like flywheel creator coins. People have tried this before. I was like, for me to really go buy a bunch of this, I'd have to get some conviction. And these days, it's hard to find information. You'd think information is everywhere. I even before this pod tried to find how the flywheel works. I want to know how the flywheel works and be as excited about it as I was about Ethereum the first time I read about it.
Jesus
Cooper,
Christ.
I want that.
That's a
I want
crazy
that
ask,
level of
man.
excitement.
It's a high bar, dude.
You know what? I think it's possible. When I see like Cooper making $8,000 in that chart and super prominent people, but like there's something going on that's amazing. How does the flywheel work? Break it down.
Let's
dude.
take a look at the flywheel here, huh?
I've
You know
seen
what,
this
Chevy?
picture.
You
I've
break
seen
it
the
down,
picture.
man. Go ahead.
No, I think you should take a stab at it, Coop. I think
Dude,
you
$1 million market cap Coop here. Let's go. Let's see
should. I
the
really
flywheel.
don't understand this chart, if I'm honest.
The flywheel is simple, boys. You post a piece of content. That piece of content is paired against your creator coin. Every time someone buys or sells a piece of content, it goes into volume for your creator coin. Anytime that someone buys or sells your creator coin, it's paired in Zora. That is volume that goes back into Zora. Anytime that Zora goes up or down in price, your creator coin moves with it. So what we're seeing right now is the reason why my creator coin is mooning so much on the platform is because Zora is mooning with it as well. And basically what I'm seeing on my end as the flywheel is post a bunch of content, People are going to collect really small amounts of it. Over time, you're going to get a lot more volume. That volume is going to go into your creator coin. As your creator coin gets a lot of volume, that's going to go into the Zora token. And now that's the flywheel that we're talking about here. Zora goes up, more people want to post content, more people are posting content, more volume to your creator coin, more volume to the creator coin, more volume to Zora. Rinse and repeat, baby.
So can we do this? Let's get more specific with an example. Coop's been making some amazing content recently on Instagram, as we all know. So Coop, you post a video.
Mm-hmm.
I go and I buy that post for, let's just use $10. I buy the post for $10. Some percentage of that goes to the token, and some percentage of that goes to the creator coin.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just
That's
say
correct.
$8 goes to the post, and $2 goes to, on the back end, I don't even know this is happening, but $2 is buying Cooper's creator coin. Is that correct?
Well, it's being routed through my creator coin. And so the entirety of that purchase is first being swapped into the creator coin and then being used to buy that post.
Ah, okay. So the creator coin, it's routed so that it's all going into the creator coin, and then the creator coin is being used to buy the post.
Correct.
And then you were earning fees on that swap through your creator coin.
Right, but
Right.
the user doesn't
Flywheel,
realize
David.
this is happening.
Correct.
But I'm just like there. I'm buying
You're just
the
buying it.
post. I'm just
Mhm.
buying the post. I don't realize that this is all getting priced in Cooper's creator coin. I just think
Correct.
I'm buying a post.
Yep.
So they're
And
actually
that's all happening
aren't-
when you're just liking the post. You're not having to go in and just like say like, I'm going to buy $1,000. You're just double tapping, buying the
So
post.
every post is not a token on Zora.
Every post is a token.
Every post is a
Every
token.
post is a token, but it's priced in the creator coin.
Yes.
Correct.
But if
And
the
then-
Every
you
creator
have one.
coin is priced in
Assuming you
Zora.
have one, which by the way, only half of this call does, and only one of the people on this call is actively pushing their creator coin.
Uh-huh.
Chevy, I'm
Well,
looking at you as your number one holder, brother. What the
What's this
fuck is
guilt
going
trip?
on over there?
Yeah, what the fuck, Coop?
we're not feeling on this call right
Look
You
at
know
all
what?
these expectations now.
You know what we
know?
also have to normalize, Cooper? People not getting mad at creators when the coin isn't mooning. You know,
Literally.
That's a
Yeah.
fucking
that
good
that
point,
could
David.
that could be our downfall.
Jeez.
Having all these
Yeah, sorry.
expectations, Adam's not posting, now it's Adam's fault that you're not making money.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, dude?
I just genuinely think that Adam would be really good at it. I was messaging him on the side, and he's doing Blueprint, and he's running these experiments with Create and with JKC, and I'm like, you should do that same experiment with your creator coin and with creator
guys-
coins of all the creators in Blueprint.
It
Can't
just
believe you
doesn't
guys
perform
talk to
as
each
well
other.
as other coins. It just doesn't perform as well, and it's hard to replicate that. Even though the framing of doing it with your pillar profile coin is the ideal scenario, than doing it with one of your pieces of content, it just doesn't perform as well. The tokenomics, the lockup periods, the vesting contracts, the bonding curves to prevent sniping, like all that stuff is done in a way to fit the Zora model, which it should. And I think I'm a very much of an edge case to Zora's content coins. But it's okay. We're experimenting on other fronts. And it's all good. But I'm loving seeing you win, Coop. I love seeing you winning. And this is great. It's great. It's almost at a milli. It's interesting that you made already $8,000 from it.
Yeah.
How much have you dumped so far on your holders?
You guys got jokes, huh?
Let us know.
Shit,
I
Chevy.
actually
That
don't
was
know.
a good one.
I genuinely
That
don't
was
know.
good.
Believes in you. Let us
All I know
know.
is I got 50% of this thing unlocking over 5 years. So every day I get a drip. I basically let it load up for like 3, 4, 5 days. I get like 2 or 3 mil creator coins. I spend like half on other creators, and then I sell like 0.1 ETH, 0.2 ETH.
For what? What do you
I
use
just-
that for?
What do you mean?
Just so like
I'm a creator, bro. I'm making money. My coin's up. What are you guys talking about? You guys are like, you're dumping on the haters. Look at the chart.
So something I'd like, in my thing to get as excited about as I was about Ethereum. I didn't know there was a 5-year vest on the
Yeah.
token. That's smart.
Correct.
So Coop
Adam
actually
doesn't like the 5-year vest.
Who doesn't like it? Adam. Right. So why don't you like I think that's a great idea because it prevents Coop from dumping so much that it actually like tanks the chart.
Look, I know Coop.
it's just
And
a
if
long
he has the
time.
opportunity to dump, man.
Right, but
Man,
Is it actually?
Fuck you guys.
Is it actually a long time though? Like he's
5 years feels long as fuck, but I can see taking like the long-term or like long-term route here, you know?
I like 10% a year. 10%'s a lot of tokens.
I like that too. I think that makes sense. And in the meantime, you're making money off the fees.
And it keeps you bought in over multiple years,
Yes.
you know? And I think that's maybe the intention.
So the real question is
retention.
NAC. NAC is back.
Is it
11 a.m. podcast is in the top 10 on Zora right now.
I like this. I need one more. There's one more piece of the magical flywheel that's still unclear to me. So, Coop's got this creator coin. I buy a post. It gets routed in your creator token. That's how the post is getting bought. What's going back to Zora that drives the price up? Like, why do I believe that if there's like serious, like even 1,000 insane creators and people are buying those posts, how does it make it back to Zora?
Every time you buy the creator coin, it's routed in Zora. So the same thing that happens with the post of my creator coin, that same transaction is happening with my token in Zora. So all the creator coins are paired in Zora.
So that means that every time I buy a post, at which point I'm
every time
also
you buy
buying
my creator coin, different.
But when I
you buy a post, it doesn't route to Zora. If you buy a creator coin, it does route to Zora.
When I buy your post, isn't it routing through your creator coin though? So like at some point the creator coin is getting bought?
Yes.
And then that's getting routed through Zora, no?
So even when I buy a post, something's getting routed to Zora.
No, because you only have one base pair. You can't like route through two different things.
Okay.
But what you're seeing right now is that way more volume is going through the creator coins than is going through the posts. And that's why Zora is mooning largely, because all these creators are joining. There's all this volume on the creators themselves, and all of that volume is going into buy pressure for the token.
So one could say that even though we've got a great narrative here, there's more than just narrative.
Explain on that, David.
Say that.
You'd like to
I've been saying that. Yeah.
No. But Chevy doesn't fully agree with that. After this, I get it.
I don't know if it's an opinion-based thing. I just need to see data. I'd want to see what kind of buy pressure comes from the protocol itself and all the mechanics that they created versus you, Coop, buying an exorbitant amount from your fund directly, and the buy volume and the sell volume. The buy volume and the sell volume is pretty like, where are you going, Soup? Where are you going? Like, I just want to know what's happening here behind the scenes. And it's great. This is a win for the entire space. But I think to your point, this is a really innovative mechanic. And I want to see a Dune dashboard. I would love to see that. I'd love for us to talk about that on the podcast. Because if this is a net new mechanic and Zora is really going viral on the App Store and a lot of creators are joining, this is incredible for the space. And I just want to see those numbers. And I hope that's the case, by the way. I really hope that's the case, truly.
Yeah, I think I'm with Chevy on this in the sense of like, would love to see the data in terms of how much of this is just the actual flywheel mechanisms at play versus the base app integrating Zora coins, and just like the narrative associated with that. And then also on top of that, I know there's some maybe like light disagreements, but like the comparison to Pump.fun, at $1.5 billion or whatever it is, $3 billion FBV. I'm curious, like what the mix, the blend, the cocktail is here at play with the recent pump, but Zora tokens up a lot, and there's the data.
If the protocol is in effect and the flywheel is working, technically most of these transactions should be micro transactions, right? That's introducing buy pressure on the token, which if you're scanning through the token chart, a lot of it is like 16 cents. I'm seeing a lot of 39 cents transactions, $3, like 89 cents. So maybe that's the protocol in effect. I see 1,500, 500, right? Like the transaction log can tell a story within itself, but
some of those, we don't know how much people are aping into these creator coins.
True.
Like some of those, that $143, $1,000, like those could be through the creator coins. I don't know how that percentage is breaking down, but it's hard to know I think we'd have to have like a real dashboard. Maybe it's time to bring Jacob back on the pod, you know?
There it is.
There is a dashboard somewhere. I was looking at this Blockworks one. I'm trying to pull it up, but I can't quite find it. But I think the big catalyst was basically just like the number of coins is going parabolic because all of the base posts are coins on Zora, which is another little nuance. I don't know if we want to get into it on this conversation, but to really answer your flywheel question, David, one of the missing pieces of the flywheel that I'm bullish on and why I still think there's room to run with Zora is that currently all of the base posts are routed in ETH. They're not routed in Zora token. And so the posts do come to your profile on Zora, but they're not paired against your creator coin and they're not paired in Zora. There's a small fee that Zora is taking at the protocol level for any posts that are generated on the base app, but it's not actually paired in Zora itself. Why
do you think that was the case? Why did they make that product decision?
So base could take a rake on all of the posts that are made on their app.
So that was going to be my next question. So this flywheel is specific to the Zora app, but as we know, Zora has now been integrated into the base app. But that's a different mechanic. That's just powering the ability for base app to put posts on chain. Because I don't like. I've been posting on. What's that?
There's fees going back to Zora. It's just not
same
the
mechanics. Yeah, it's just an
not the same
opinionated
mechanics,
way.
though.
Right. Not that. Like I've been posting on. I've been posting on base. Been posting lots of food pics on base, and but I don't have a creator coin.
Correct. So that's why I said I think that there's still like a gap there, and something that I think is like bullish is like when creator coins get actually merged into the base app. Like I was trying to buy Gary V's coin because he was posting a bunch on the base app, but his didn't get launched on Zora. There's like a disparity where his profile on Zora doesn't show the same as base, and so I think that that's like good room for it to grow because there's more like continuity that can happen here. And I think in general, I mean, all of us have been pretty bullish on creator coins for a long time. I just think there's actually like a very succinct pairing now between like the content you post, the money you make from the content, and that volume being routed back into the coin, the creator coin, which I think is like the big thing that was missing from all these creator coins in the past.
Two things to say. Could Coinbase technically, well, yes, they could technically tokenize their stock, but that's one point. And then could they route all microtransactions through their tokenized stock? And could that introduce buy pressure on the stock? Is that a scenario? Could that be something that they do?
Base has been vocal that they want to move to USDC as the base pair next.
And the second thing, if there's one good thing that came out of this mini bull market, is Devid starting a food blog on chain and talking to us about it in the chat, how bullish he is of tokenizing food pics. So Devid, the food connoisseur, why don't you tell us a bit more about this new page that you started on chain? This guy munching around the world, coining his food. Come on, spit it out. Let's go.
All right. Well, I like to munch, you know. I like to eat, you know, high, low, give it all to me. You know, I really want to go to the new Tesla diner. People are talking shit about it. I want to go try those burgers. Apparently they're locally sourced from a farm here in California. But anyway, to get to your question.
I'm down to go, David, when I get back to LA.
Let's go. I'm so down. I can't find someone who's down to go with me. Everybody's scared. I'm like, let's roll up in the Tesla.
Why?
I don't know, because people, we live in Los Angeles, Cooper. All right, a lot of people.
Elon burgers.
Nobody liberal, left-wing people have, you know, their gripes with Elon right now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm willing to. I just want to try a burger. Anyway, to answer your question,
respect the munch. Respect the munch.
Respect. Yeah. I just want to try this burger. So I posted some. I was like, all right, what am I going to post on base app? I've always thought food is like one of the things that drives social media on all social media. There's always a big contingency of food videos and pictures. So I was like, you know what? Let me coin some food pics. Let's go. Let's coin some food pics. I had one pic of a sandwich run to like, I don't know. I ran to like $12,000, I think, on base. I think there's room in the market for a food coin app. Someone would have to like really do some digging, figure out what the flywheel is. Maybe this one didn't do very well.
little
But
eat to earn.
this was probably one of the best things I ate on my trip. It was
This looks
great. You know, you get that brininess from the olive. Great
pretty crazy.
textures in there.
Wait, you created this with BO3? This is nuts.
I also created that.
David's
with BO3.
Farcaster is very amusing.
Yeah, like what's going on here, bro?
So this was interesting. This didn't get a lot of likes, but at one point the like token was up considerably for a base token. This one too. So I'm just having fun out there, you know? I'm having fun on the base app. I'm posting unicorns. I'm posting food. We're having a good time.
Good. It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
David, I think we can implement some sort of like munch to earn mechanism.
Munch to earn.
That'd be perfect for America, by the way.
Yes.
Fat
Get
to
a flywheel
earn.
going every time
There's
you eat.
there's some type of tie-in with restaurants. I don't know if like you take like a token, you tag like what restaurant you were in,
Loyalty program for them.
loyalty program.
Now we're in Blackbird.
We call it
what's
Blackbird.
Yeah.
Blackbird raising $80 million round. There's something there.
There's something there. There's something there.
There's something there. All
There's
right.
something there.
So shout out Zora. Keep killing it. Love seeing that FTV. Half. What is it? Half a bill now? I think it's at half a bill. Yeah. Pretty
Does
good.
it go to a bill?
I will say though, I fucking hate how every time something remotely starts to work in crypto, it's giga candle. It's just like run it to the maximum amount in like the span of like 4 days. I'm like, guys, chill out. Like everyone just wants to ram it. It's crazy.
But it wouldn't be crypto otherwise if it wasn't a ram.
Dude, we got a fucking king rammer over here on the call.
Come on, dude. This guy complaining about the Rams. You're all in on the Rams, this guy.
I'm just saying what's going to happen is it's going to go up for another like 48 hours, 72 hours, and it's going to correct to like 30%. All the creator coins are going to come down, and then everyone's going to be fucking pissed. Like the way that everyone's so bullish right now. I'm launching these creator coins of the future. Zora's going to go down. All the market cap on the creator coins are going to go down. People are going to be like, what the hell? Coin everything. And you're starting to see it now on the timeline. Like people are like really mad about the coin everything narrative still. And it's just funny to me because you look at like Jesse's video that he did today with the Boys Club, shout out Boys Club. And they just changed the positioning to, do you want to join this app and get paid to post? And people are like, yeah, I'm down. And it's really that simple. It's like we're over here in crypto Twitter being like, oh my God, but like coin everything and like speculation and creator coins and flywheels. And it's like, bro, if I post a picture on the internet and I make more than 1 cent, that's better than what I did on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's the entire conversation as far as I'm concerned.
100%.
Some would say that could make a guy start posting his food pictures.
Some would say it did make a guy start posting his food pictures. Now, on the other side of the table here, we had
Good segue.
Farcaster, which we were just on, putting their hat in the ring. Lucas, why don't you give us the recap on this one?
Yeah, I mean, I think so Farcaster launched the ability to release every cast. So similar to base, every cast can be a coin. On Farcaster, now every cast can be a one-of-one NFT. They're launching collectibles. So they're taking the opposite side.
Thank you very much.
Yes, they're taking the opposite side of the coin equation, going for the NFTs. What's interesting about it is it's a one-of-one NFT, and then there's kind of like this perpetual auction for it that ends after 24 hours. And then I believe if once the initial auction's over, you can continue to bid on it again for a higher price. I think it's a really interesting play. I think the general reception within the circle or the crypto circle is like, this feels healthier, at least. Like no one's complaining about this in the same lens that people were complaining about coins. So I think that's interesting. But I think at the end of the day, to Cooper's point, it's like I post on a social network, I have opportunity to get paid in an infinite amount, you know. And I think that's the powerful mechanism. And Farcaster's kind of taking their shot on net here and not on the coins front, but on the NFT front.
Just get paid to be on chain. That's all that crypto is.
Get paid to post.
Get paid to post. Zora, that's Zora's initial tagline.
Mm-hmm.
Good on them, man. Good on them.
Was that their first tagline? Get paid to be on chain?
One of their many iterations.
Not on chain, just get paid to post.
Yeah.
Get paid to post. I remember that.
Yeah.
I do think that for Farcasters makes a lot of sense. There's becoming this increasing elephant in the room, which is TBA, base app with coins, and Farcaster wallet, and collectibles. And I kind of feel like they're going a little head to head right now. I know maybe we shouldn't be saying that in, the base circles, it's all kumbaya and whatnot, but
I would
heads are starting
say
to clash a little bit.
yes, but they're both Farcaster clients.
Uh-huh.
And I think really the important piece of the value here is what you can do when the social network has on-chain components. And you can have these way more powerful mechanisms or really powerful flywheels, as we talked about. So yeah, I mean, they're both built on Farcaster at the end of the day. And I just think two different approaches. And I don't think build social networks, get users.
I can give a stab at that. The Farcaster flywheel, at least as I think the way they presented it, and you can correct me on this, but it's my understanding that a percentage of every collectible that gets sold goes back to protocol revenue.
Yep.
And the protocol revenue is used to increase the protocol rewards pool, which is then redistributed to creators every week based on their engagement on the app.
Yep.
So I think that the Farcaster play is much more of like a tip, support, get a lot of donations, basically, more or less, put that into a big pool, and then reward that to creators based on impressions and engagement over any level of like speculation or economic activity.
Totally. That is exactly what's happening. Yeah. I like that. And I think that's actually growing the pie completely. Like they are competing for attention and where technically somebody posts and how they post. But if Base and Coinbase spend a ton of money onboarding people on chain, then it's just going to grow the pie as a whole and all boats rise with the tide, as we like to say.
Yeah, and I think the interesting thing too here is like when you post on the Base app, because they're Farcaster clients, like you're automatically posting on the Farcaster client and you have the opportunity for both of those, the coin and the NFT, to monetize, which I think is really interesting.
I don't know if you can do them both though, which is interesting.
Really?
Because like think about it. When you post on, it's interesting though. It's a good theory because when you post on TBA, you select anyone can buy this post, yes or no. If you post yes, then it's automatically posted on Farcaster. And I guess on Farcaster, maybe you don't have to opt in to it being a collectible. Maybe it's already a collectible by default.
Yeah. No, you can do it.
Which means that someone could
Because
buy
I posted this tweet or cast on the Base app, and you have the opportunity to collect it right here.
Cool. So
Nice.
kind of a
So
2
you
for
get
1.
double monetization, right? And I think the big thing here is like creators have more tools than ever to monetize by being on chain. And it's just,
I will say that prior to hopping on this podcast, I was in a very heated debate internally about Coop records and using collectibles and coins in one mirrored experience where the collectibles are the pre-sale that leads into the graduation of a coin. The reason being is all of us know on this podcast that collectibles are a far better monetization mechanism for creators and coins are a far better speculation vehicle for fans, buyers, whatever you want to call them. So we're starting to explore that path of what happens if you start with a collectible and then graduate into a coin. Some would say it's complicated. I feel pretty good about it. I feel pretty good about getting these creators paid what they would consider a significant amount of money up front before any speculation kicks in. At that point, they're already kind of getting some money up front. And then if people want to speculate after, they can, but I don't think that it's make or break on hundreds of thousands of dollars of trading volume to get paid. You can get some good upfront cash by selling some collectibles.
Who did that?
Yeah.
Which app introduced those pre-sales and NFTs? Why does Alex Mazmesh come to mind?
Zora and PartyDAO were the two that tried this previously.
And why didn't it work?
I think that the way in which it was positioned before was the size of the pre-sales was much bigger in the bigger edge cases. They were typically like open editions, so you could ape in like 80 ETH into like a collectible pre-sale that would all just get yeeted into liquidity pool. In the case of Zora, they tried to do it as like a 1-to-1 pairing, and so there was not really any good liquidity on the coins because you were taking 10% of the collectible and putting that into liquidity pool as what you're trading against. The difference here with what I'm thinking about is that with Doppler and these bonding curves, you actually don't need to put liquidity up front from that initial sale to actually make the markets liquid. You can price the bonding curves in such a way where the first transaction is actually the thing seeding liquidity for the pool. And so I think there's been some innovations on the liquidity bootstrapping side of things that make a secondary market of coins more liquid in a way that I don't think was possible in previous iterations.
I almost see it as like a royalty mechanism almost. You know, it's like you get that initial upfront capital via the NFT mints, and then it graduates to a coin, and then the trading volume kind of acts as like that royalty mechanism where you'll get paid kind of all the time based on, you know, the value of that work.
Yep.
I do think the hurdle there's definitely more technical complexities there because you're mixing two different ERCs. But I think if you can package it in a way that's really digestible for end users, I think it could definitely work.
And can I just say that I am so glad to have everyone back on NAC. The first full NAC podcast we've had in a couple weeks.
I think in a month.
Missed you guys.
Missed you
Really?
guys too.
It's been 4 weeks.
In a month?
I think it was a month.
You know what else happened within the month? NFTs are back, baby. And for whatever reason, Moonbirds are picking up all the steam. Why? Why are Moonbirds picking up traction? Why not Pudgies or Squiggles?
Pudgies are picking up.
Well,
Squiggles are picking up. Punks are picking up.
Yes, but not to the extent of Moonbirds. What the hell?
Well, Moonbirds got bought out. That's why
Yeah.
they're pumping.
So
They're
why-
fresh. They're
why
starting
are you
fresh.
excited?
They're basically brand new.
When did this?
You could argue the same thing that got Pudgies going in the first place is what hypothetically could happen to Moonbirds.
That's a good argument, Coop.
Who's buying it?
I believe a
Nami?
gaming
No.
Web3 gaming studio. Oh, who's
Web-
buying it?
Mhm.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
I believe a
Like who's
Web3
buying
gaming.
Who
Gaming,
actually
saying.
bought?
Oh,
who bought
it
the
already
IP?
happened. They bought it from Yuga like 3 months ago. I think the
Oh.
guy's name is Spencer.
Oh,
a
Spencer
web-
bought it.
Is that who it was?
Spencer New?
Let's look
No.
this
If it
up.
is, that's bullish.
Let's look this up. I think it was a Web3 gaming studio. They bought Moonbird. It was announced 2 months ago, 3 months ago. They want to build out the IP. That's a good analogy, Coop.
I have my moments.
Hoot, hoot, hoot. Hoot, hoot.
Really cracking Chevy up today, huh? So I miss you, man.
Love it, man. I love it. So what are we
What's-
doing? Researching who bought Moonbirds? What's going on?
Orange Cap Games. Orange Cap Games bought Moonbirds. They're based in New York.
Oh,
there
Spencer
we go.
from Spencer Ventures. Spencer Ventures is one of the premier NFT crypto funds, an institutional grade NFT fund. I've heard good things.
Have you?
Yep.
Okay.
There's Orange Cap Games. Is this what you saw? You found, Cooper?
Yeah, I'm just looking at Spencer's profile directly,
Hmm.
in which he
So-
said it will be obvious in hindsight, in which Cooper opens up OpenSea.
And buys a
sees what
Moonbird.
Moonbirds are at right now.
They're
What are you
still
talking about? They're
seats.
like trending that high.
they're low if you think we're gonna run. You know another project that I think is low if we run that I don't own either of these because whatever. But no, the what's the SPX has a PFP project called like Aeon 3000 or something. They're sitting at like 1.8 ETH. If we get a bull and that SPX token really moons, those people are going to buy those PFPs.
There's a lot of interesting stuff happening out there. I don't know if you guys saw the Rect token is going parabolic right now.
Yeah, I've been seeing that too.
What is that?
And people are trying to. I don't know if it's just a meme or they're taking it seriously, but the brand tokens, people are trying to push brand tokens as the next meta.
I like that.
I know very little. What I do know is Rect, it's a prominent character on CT, launched a energy drink company about a year ago. There's a token that represents the brand. I don't know if there's any Flywheel or actual connection between the energy drink and the token outside of it having the same name, but he's cooking. I think it
I
broke
love
200
this like
mil.
flywheel term just getting thrown around left and right now. It's
Well,
pretty good.
I was gonna say 8 minutes ago. How long do you think we're all gonna keep saying Flywheel for? Like we've got like 6 months, a year, and then no one's gonna want to fucking say it again because we're all just typing and saying the word flywheel all the time.
I will say that as a wrecked guy holder, that when they launched the token, you got an airdrop, obviously, but there was also like I remember I got like an email or something that said like, hey, if you're a holder of the wrecked guy NFT, you're now like an owner of this drink company, like you're gonna get equity in it in some way, shape, or form. I actually don't know how that even manifested. I just know that it was like a intention. I don't think that it was really like executed at scale. I know that obviously there's a lot of like holders that are on the cap table, but I don't think you're just like on the cap table because you had one of the NFTs. But regardless, that's another story of like a team that's been in crypto for a really long time. Great to see them winning. They're crushing it. I would actually encourage everyone. Thread Guy had a stream the other day with Deesfi, and he was talking a lot about like the OG origin story of punks and that Discord and Wrecked and some of these other more classic NFT collections. And one thing it really made me appreciate is there's a lot of on-chain like history behind like art and a lot of these PFPs that don't really exist on other chains currently. Like he was talking about like the genesis of art blocks and squiggles and fidenzas and crypto punks and Wrecked and stuff like this. And it was just cool to realize he's talking about like skulls of Lucci with Sam Strat and whatnot. And it's just cool to realize that like Ethereum does have this like really OG deep-rooted like art and culture community that I think is like not really present at the same scale on other chains. And it's definitely like a low-key pretty bullish thing for ETH that maybe doesn't get talked about enough.
That was a lot of culture, man. There's like a lot of culture over the past decade. We're actually just about to hit Ethereum's 10 year.
Wow. Isn't Ethereum doing this thing where they're passing on an NFT torch to like 10 people? What was that? I saw that.
The Ethereum Foundation's passing on the NFT torch for 10 days to a prominent member of the Ethereum community. I actually think it's kind of cool. When I sent it to my friend and he said it would be kind of funny if somebody sells it and then it turns into like a art piece that got stolen, or somebody just like sends it to a random address and it gets burnt. Obviously that's sick. Just the cynical funny part of me talking, but I think it's really cool.
I think the interesting part is that at the end of this they're doing an NFT mint. And it's the first like official Ethereum. If you scroll the last, I think, tweet in the thread. I saw
an
the
NFT Ethereum mint. Foundation figuring out how to make money instead of just dumping ETH. Have we turned a corner?
The EF is just doing a giant like PFP mint.
Honestly, I'm here for it. Like I would mint a PFP that I know the money's going to the Ethereum Foundation. I'd rather they do that.
They need capital. The Ethereum Foundation, if there's one thing they need, it's more ETH. They definitely don't have enough.
I think they have 250,000.
I don't know if
so much fucking ETH. It's insane. They're like ungodly.
Wasn't there some report that they have like 2 years of runway?
No, it's completely false.
They have like $1 billion right now, give or take.
Well, helps when ETH
unless they're burning 500 million a year, I think they're chilling. I will say though, shout out to the boy Benji, making moves over there at the EF.
Yep.
Putting some pep in their step, getting a nice face behind it. Benji, the people's person, people's spokesman. Shout out Benji. That's all I gotta say.
Shout out Benji. I think we also got everybody on this call has held ETH for a long time. There were some dark moments out there. Everyone's feeling a little better about themselves now. Like it's back. ETH is back.
I will say it was very nice being on my vacation this weekend in the Dominican Republic and just like looking at the ETH chart and being like, let's go. Like the first time, like you get the Coinbase notification, like ETH is up like more than 7% or something. You're just like, come on, baby.
You can do it, buddy. You can do it.
I forgot what this felt like.
I saw some tweet. It had the ETH chart over the last 5 years, and it was like, this chart is designed to make somebody go absolutely insane.
Kind of worked.
Yep.
Kind of worked.
Good. What's up with this XRP army? Cooper, you've been following that one.
All I know is that XRP is at an all-time high.
Why?
That's the extent of my following.
Has anyone ever cracked the code as to why XRP keeps mooning? And why do all my relatives ask about XRP? Where do they get their information?
There's some sort
YouTube.
of yeah, there's some sort of thing when new people come into crypto, they see XRP, and I think it's largely the psychology piece of just it being cheap relative to like ETH and Bitcoin in terms of like the actual price denomination of it. And then you kind of throw on this narrative of like, oh, it's crypto for institutions, right? And that just clicks with, every normie. It's like, oh, banks are going to use Ripple. That's kind of like the narrative.
Right.
I don't know. Shout out to
I was going to say
Ripple for
instant
still
global
being
payments.
around.
That's the narrative that I think resonates with people. I
Mhm.
saw shout out to Sol Jakey. Sol Jakey did 25 Uber drivers in a day and asked them all if they owned Ripple. And only one of them did, surprisingly. But the one that did, he said, it's instant payment and it's super cheap and you can send it around the world. And I heard that banks are going to use it. And I think it's just a good narrative that people can get behind.
People love it. People love the narrative.
And they've been riding that narrative since 2014, dude.
Like, that's base.
Right. People don't know what base is.
Yeah.
I will say, Hyperliquid is growing on me in terms of importance and mindshare within the crypto community. There are a lot of really smart people that I respect in the space that I've talked to over the last couple of weeks that their number one position is hype, that have been in the space for a long time. Go ahead, David.
Well, I'm surprised to hear you say that you're surprised by that, because I think you kind of felt that way 2 months ago. But what is you're feeling it even more now?
Yeah. I definitely ported a pretty sizable position into hype and I'm really cozy in my bag, but I think I was surprised by how many people that I really respect, it's their number one holding beyond Bitcoin, beyond Sol, beyond ETH or anything. I have friends that are actively looking to work in the Hyperliquid ecosystem because they're so bullish on that ecosystem that they believe that all of those projects are just going to like print crazy amounts in the next like 3 to 4 years. And it's something worth calling out. Do
we think this is Solana last cycle?
That's, I think, a good analogy. In a different way, though. I think that people aren't going to say that like hype's going to be like home for like meme coins and stuff. I just think that people, maybe accurately so, are just saying that it's just a better like exchange product. Like it's going to be bigger than Binance. It's going to be bigger than Coinbase. Like it's all on chain. The Flywheel, to throw that word out there, is apparently pretty strong. I don't know the specifics of this like HIP3 proposal that's coming in soon, but people are saying that it has like a lot to do with fees going back into the token in some way, shape, or form. So all I'm saying is I'm holding a lot of hype, but I feel like I'm underexposed, and it's something that I'm keeping a close eye on the next couple of months here.
I just assumed hype was like a consensus trade at this point. So I'm not like really surprised to hear that from you. But yeah, I own 0 hype. So
you still got time. Still got time, Lucas. Join the hype train.
That's my point. I think that obviously it's not going to go up like 10x in the next 12 months. But I think if you're looking at a nice cozy play between Bitcoin, Sol, ETH, and hype, I think there's a very strong argument that hype's the best performer out of those 4 assets.
I can see that. I think one of those things that requires, like Solana went through this, Ethereum went through this, Bitcoin's went through this, is like it needs to go through that bear market of just being in the trenches and surviving and like actually building that core community. And like, yeah, it just needs that kind of trial by fire moment. And I don't think it's had that. Maybe it has. I don't know.
I think in a roundabout way it has, kind of by the way they built their product. Like they built their product before they had a token. Yeah, everybody who was using that product before the token got airdropped. And I think there was a guy on Thread Guy's stream the other day who made $23 million from the Hyperliquid airdrop. So like these people are already almost like formed to be like the early BTC holders. Then it went down to $8-10 in this, like, I'm not going to call it a bear market. Let's call it like this big dip we had a couple months ago. And then rode back up to almost 50. I think it's at like 43 now. But I think they've had a little bit of like trial by fire and did a really good job of making sure that they have a passionate community from the start. If the time for it not to go back would have been when it went down to like 8 or 10, and it went right back up with the rest of the market. So I feel like Lucas, it obviously hasn't gone through the kind of trial by fire Ethereum or Solana has, but for a relatively new token, there's a proven passionate community there that believes.
Right. What I'm saying is like, let me close this thought in the set. Like, what needs to happen is for that passionate community to go down 90%, and then see who's left, and see if you can build from there.
Yeah. I think my only pushback on why that might not need to happen is because there was no insider allocations. It was all just like launched from day one, and anyone could have got in pretty early.
I just think it's natural for any ecosystem. I don't think it's a distribution thing of like someone
For
has
sure.
a large portion. And I think that was applicable for Solana with like SBF and FTX having a large portion, but like Ethereum didn't really have that, but it did have a DAO moment, you know, and that got fucked. That's kind of, Ethereum has that moment every fucking cycle at this point, you know, where it's down in the trenches. But yeah.
I was going to say the trial by fire coin of the week is Pengu. Pengu came out hot. Everyone was fired up about the airdrop, went down a lot. Let's call it 80-90%. And now it's back to all-time highs. And my question for you, Lucas, is are you still holding your Pengu? Have you added any more? Did you sell all your bag, or what's your Pengu position currently look like?
I probably sold 90% of it when through the airdrop and on the way down, and I hold 10% of that bag left.
No, I have my entire bag still.
Nice. I've definitely been adding quite a lot. That's like I would say probably my biggest meme coin holding on Sol at this point, especially in the last like couple weeks with it going up a lot, but feels good. I feel like it's like oddly things are making sense a little bit in terms of like the coins that are ripping the hardest and kind of like why they are. Like it doesn't really feel like it's like just a bunch of bullshit right now.
Feels like the best teams. They're just like you just see that reflect on their charts. Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Feels good.
Yeah,
feels good.
Feels like fundamentals are fundamentaling. That's what it feels like.
So do we have another topic? I have like a closing question I want to ask that I think should take us home, but I want to make sure we're not skipping over anything on the agenda.
Take us home.
Important.
Yeah, take us home.
My question to you guys is, we're very clearly back in bull market mode right now. Let's call it a 6 to 12 month window of this thing kind of taking off and ripping. What are your biggest bets right now and why? Give us 2 to 3 projects that you're really bullish on, you're excited about, you might tell your friends to buy them. What are you standing behind right now?
My biggest bags are L3, Zora, and Pengu outside of Beef. And those are the teams. Layer 3 is probably the product that I use the most on a weekly, daily, monthly basis to run Blueprint. Pengu, big fan of that entire team. And I've just been an active creator on Zora for God knows how long. My attention is focused there. My attention has been focused there, minus Pengu, Pudgy Penguins. I've been a little Pudgy holder ever since Lucas bought the IP. I remember hearing that, and I bought little Pudgies with the minimal amount of ETH that I had at the time. And I remain bullish on the people that I keep an eye on. Love seeing them winning all collectively, and I continue to place my bets there. I'm not as active on the DeFi side of things. Like I haven't traded on what's it called, Hyperliquid. Like I'm not active as much. I'm very much in my lane of figuring out content coins, figuring out profile coins, incentives, still relying on NFTs. That's where my focus is going to be. And I think there's going to be something special that pans out if I stay focused versus being distracted across every new vertical that kind of jumps my way. Like there's going to be future cycles. Just keep swimming, stay in your lane. If something's working, keep doubling down on it. And hopefully there'll be light on the other side. That's how I see it. Yeah.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well said.
When I look back at like previous cycles, there's usually just like one play, max, sometimes two, that like most of the money came from. And then I took profit from that and then usually lost more money after that. And then, that usually is how it, I think that plays out for a lot of people on CT. So being that also everybody on this call runs a company, I was like, okay, what are like the 2 to 3 things I can hold and not think about? And it's the tokens that we keep talking about on this call. It's like Pengu, and outside of the obvious like ETH, Sol, BTC, it's Pengu and Hype. I have a little like in my Phantom wallet, I'll like screw around with like some meme coins and stuff for fun, but the real positions are BTC, ETH, Sol, and then of like Pengu and Hype are like the ones I consider like this cycle positions.
Nice. Yeah, I think for me right now, by holdings, Aave is one of the bigger ones. Just crossed $50 billion in net deposits on the protocol. I think it's very much established like its moat as like the leading lending and borrowing platform. And I think you'll see more institutional money flowing into that. So that's kind of like the institutional money coming in, DeFi play. Outside of that, I think I'll call out like Pudgy Penguin ecosystem across Pengu, Pudgies, Little Pudgies, hold a material amount. And then my final one is actually Bankr, which I added added to the position last night, but already had like a decent amount, but it's pretty much just like mix of AI, and DeFi. So being able to just have like an AI agent, do actions for you on chain. And it's sitting at like a $40 million cap. So that's kind of like the moonshot bag that I have right now. And it seems to be performing pretty well. It has like a lot of mind share within the ecosystem. I just keep seeing it getting, people using it in some capacity to either get information. Like it's kind of like a AI XBT, but I think it's done a lot better on the product side. So that would be my third one.
Love that. I would co-sign every token that was mentioned there so far, but there are a couple other ones in the mix. I'm bullish on Pump. Pump.fun. They're going through a tough time right now. Everyone's mad at them, but it's the 100th ranked token right now. I think that's not accurate given that they made $1 billion in revenue. And it's still the number one meme coin launchpad on Solana. So I'm keeping a close eye on Pump over the next 6 to 12 months. Obviously a +1 to Hype, to Pengu, to Zora, all the coins that we mentioned on this podcast. And then just to give some love to some of the base tokens out there. Noice. I'm bullish Noice. I like these guys a lot. I like the microtransaction side of things. There's a lot of these Farcaster tokens that are looking pretty good right now. I like the Bankr call out, Lucas. I think that was a great one as well. And then I like these streamer coins. I'm bullish on the creator coins. I'm bullish on the streamer coins. I'm not going to sit here and say like long one of the existing creators that's on Zora or one of the Pump.fun streamers, but I think one of the categories that will perform really well in the next 6 to 12 months is bigger content creators coming on chain, making a creator coin, and then actually pushing it really hard, the same way that we saw a lot of these bigger, influencers and accounts push their NFT mints in 2021. So keeping a close eye on that too.
To David's point, where you pretty much make all of your money on like 1 to 2 trades, I would say like the moonshots are probably timing like the right creator coin over the next 6 months here, 12 months. I think there's a lot of legs, whether it's on Pump.fun or Zora, I'm still up in the air, but I think I agree with Coop, like paying attention to that area and trying to find one early, I think is probably the best like risk reward opportunity for like a moonshot right now.
And Punks. I'll give a quick shout out to Punks.
Yeah.
Up from 27 ETH bottom to about 44, 45 ETH right now. I've always viewed Punks as basically a leveraged long on ETH. D's had a good framing yesterday. Said if Punks are under 1 Bitcoin, buy them because that's the cheapest you're ever going to get them. And I think if you can afford it, holding a Punk is actually like a very, very cozy, stable position. So also want to give a big +1 to Punks as well.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, does Noice have a coin yet?
Yeah.
Chevy, you crack me up sometimes, man.
Chevy, you gotta pick your head up sometimes. Look around.
So I'm in my lane, guys. I told you I'm in my lane. What is it? Come on, drop the
I think it's at like 15.
It's Noice.
It's at 20.
Yeah.
Oh, it's at 20 now? Great.
I think it's 15.
That's all time high, right? Oh.
Yeah.
8.5. 15 million FTD.
Jesus Christ. Zora is going so insane. It's crazy.
Look at these.
It's actually back 15 right now. But good looking chart. Good looking chart. They presented during the base day 1. They came in first place during the base builds. And actually, let's do one other topic here while I still got it on my mind. Lucas, base builds, batch number
base
1.
Batches. Yep.
Base batches. Pay-per-view. It's
Nice
40 grand.
Sneaking in there, dude. Little second
He's
place.
not going to mention that?
Let's go, Lucas.
Like, it wasn't a topic of conversation, my man.
You made the agenda.
Look, I'm not here to talk my own book. All right.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, pretty stoked on that as a whole. came out in one of the top projects out of base batches, out of like, I think the 50 or so that were included. And yeah, we're very happy and stoked with the outcome there. But we're just getting started.
When are we going to get a flywheel?
Oh, we're getting a flywheel. There's a flywheel cooking.
The people want a flywheel, Lucas. I'm excited.
Adam got a little sneak peek of the flywheel earlier today.
It's pretty
little bit.
Pretty oiled up, I'll tell you that much.
Is it well lubricated?
Pretty well
It's
lubricated.
We had some speed bumps during the demo, but let's just say we're cooking over here.
We're cooking.
Yeah.
At Pods HQ.
I believe in pay-per-view.
Boy RD is cooking. Amazing.
I think you gotta go to Miami and get some OnlyFans models on there, and you'll really be cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Lucas, take
there.
us on, brother.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening in, the millions of people that listen to this every week. To Not a Cartel episode 26, maybe 27, I think. You can collect this episode at pods.media/notacartel. Every episode is on chain and available for your collecting pleasure. And maybe we got a NAC, Not a Cartel creator coin coming. I don't know. We've been teasing that for so long, but the tooling's there.
Maybe it's time.
It's time, guys.
Take over 11 a.m. as the top creator coin.
It's time. It's time.
It's time.
It's time.
All right.
And the
I
call.
like it.
And
That's the alpha.